With respect to Shah Sahib, if I can take if at his expense, he's very fond of advocating the cause of women. We are having another thing on Saturday. So he doesn't want the women, apparently, and I do. I hope he doesn't mind my saying so.
Makhdoom Sahib, it is not a question. I think no one disputes that women and minorities are of great importance and they must be represented. The question here is of genuine representation, and genuine representation comes through genuine elections. Now, we have all talked about the past. That is why, you see, I asked you the question that we have a history. You are representing PMLN. PMLN was in the same
Not in this case. In this case, I am representing a number of candidates belonging to three different political parties.
PMLN.
Also PMLN.
Also People's Party.
Yes.
Each one of them in some election were victims. And this court did not come to their rescue. Today, there's some other political party which is a victim. And we want to ignore all this. That is why it is so important that where the right of vote is concerned, where the representative character is, we must, speaking for myself, develop the principle of interpretation based on strict scrutiny review so as to at least undo what has all happened in the past. Today, exactly the same things are happening as had happened in 2018. We talk about 2018, we completely ignore the grave fundamental rights that are being violated today, and the victim is only one political party. This is exactly what had happened in 2018. History is repeating itself.
I don't know what had happened in 2018.
And we have not learned anything from history.
Lord, may I just give a constitutional answer with your Lordship's leave? If your Lordship, in terms of strict scrutiny, is thinking of the famous footnote 4 of the Caroline Products case and the jurisprudence which has developed as a consequence thereof, there's a different category and there are different categories of review. Your Lordship will have to go into all that. That has not been the case set up before your Lordship, and I am answering the case set up before your Lordship. And therefore, may I say,
the difficulty is you are here before a court which has two very great powers. One under Article 187 to do complete justice, and Article 184(3), where every frivolous matter was also taken up. But what is happening today and whatever is coming before us, we just want to restrict ourselves to the pleadings and want to forget, but in future there will be a point of time where probably this court again would regret.
My Lord, may I just respond in one sentence and move on?
Makhdoom Sahib, on the pleadings point that you have raised, you have read us what obviously are for you relevant portions from the pleadings filed by the appellants. My question to you is this, that as I understand it, the portions that you have read is essentially legal reasoning, and on a certain legal reasoning, a certain relief is sought.
My Lord.
As a matter of procedure, if the court concludes that the legal reasoning is wrong and identifies the correct legal reasoning, and on the basis of that correct legal reasoning concludes that actually relief can be granted, can the court deny that relief simply because the pleaded case raised not factual but used wrong legal reasoning?
Lord, may I submit, your Lordships under 185, and I'm not talking of 184(3) at the moment, have also stated the limits of 187, that it is not a see where the court can travel whichever way it likes. It acts within those confines. Within those confines, there can be no cavil with this observation. May I, however, say one thing in my defense? One of the paragraphs which I read, which I think is pivot and from which the legal reasonings flow, is from the facts, and that is paragraph.
I understand that. I understand that.
That's the submission. And from those facts, those reasoning flow.
Obviously, there has to be some fact.
Yes, my lord. And on that primary fact.
As I heard you from the various grounds that you read, that was basically just legal.
No, your lordship is absolutely right.
Thank you.
Most of them were grounds. Absolutely correct.
Fair enough.
The first one was paragraph 4, where they say that they did not submit this list. They did not contest this election. In those facts, they did not plead that this was on account of any extraneous circumstances or pressure. My lord, insofar as 185...
Can we convert jurisdiction of Article 185 into 184?
My lord, this is very dangerous territory. I was just simply saying that an observation has been made that this honorable court has done a lot of frivolous things under 184.3. I will not go that far. That's for your lordship's
argument
to determine.
complete करें चलिए.
जी sir. So my submission is that insofar as whatever this court has done under 184.3, this is not a 184.3 jurisdiction. I am not obliged to answer that question.
can't you just
or
say no?
address that. No, I'm saying I'm not obliged to answer that question or respond to that observation. My lord,
Decades of advocacy experience and practice force you to be roundabout about it.
my lord,
चलिए आगे जरा जल्दी
a
करें.
counsel is always thinking of the next stage.
We have to finish.
Makhdoom Saab, this controversy has stemmed from an order of the Election Commission of 2nd February 2024. And that is based on a gross misinterpretation of this court's judgment. Should we not look into it and ignore it?
If it is not before you, your lordship should not.
It is before us. It has been placed before us.
चलिए खैर this is argumentative अब हो गया ना. चलिए आपने कह दिया जवाब दे दिया आगे बढ़ें.
So the basis, concluding, my lord, because I'm conscious of the watch and your lordship's anxiety to
So
proceed.
there have been a
quickly.
number of others also.
Yes, my lord, the submission was, and come back to that the purpose of this list is that the voters can make an informed choice on
चलिए
it.
खत्म कोई नया पॉइंट
And
बताएं.
इसमें एक
नया
बात-
पॉइंट है तो
turning the
बताइए.
clock back today will exclude the voters from the mix.
मखदूम साहब एक बात इसमें
Sir.
मजीद कि सपोज हम बात करते हैं पब्लिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन की और यकीनन लोगों के विल को तो जरूर देखना चाहिए. सपोज एक पार्टी है, एक इलेक्शन में वो मेजॉरिटी पार्टी होती है और अगले इलेक्शन में बाइकआउट कर जाती है. हमें पता है कि वो बहुत पॉपुलर पार्टी है, हमें पता है कि सारी लोग उनको वोट देंगे, लेकिन वो उनके लोग डिसाइड करते हैं कि हम बाइकआउट करेंगे, इस इलेक्शन में नहीं जाएंगे. तो क्या विल ऑफ द पीपल तो एक मखसूस जमात के साथ है, लेकिन वो इलेक्शन में हमारे सामने क्या उसको उसकी बुनियाद पे सीट की डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होगी या नहीं होगी?
Sir, if the
बाकी पार्टी इलेक्शन लड़े क्या उनको मिलेंगी या नहीं मिलेंगी?
my submission is that the parties which contest the elections will get the seats. The vehicle for getting the seat is the political party. The proportion is the proportion which they have. I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry for that. The proportion is the proportion which they have in terms of the general seats they hold.
We will not keep in mind the popularity.
My lord, if your lordships start determining that, what will be the criteria of that? The
I can tell you popularity, all dictators get 98.4% in referendums.
My lord, yes. And
Let's, this is a rule-based system, constitutional-based system, follow it. Maybe there's a better system, adopt it, follow that system.
your lordships have put it better than me, that your lordships are the judges of the constitutionality of statutes and not the judges of the oddity or wisdom of what the legislature does. Over here, there is nothing unconstitutional in in section 104 and section 60.
They have not even been challenged.
They have not been.
In fact, you can go see the videos of the last one. I think this point very much came up before when I was hearing that case. If you feel this, you can challenge it, but that challenge hasn't even taken place. So why should we say if it's constitutional or unconstitutional?
And the last submission, the very last submission is that if you accept this argument and if you...
And you know, constitutionality, unless there's overwhelming reasoning and unconstitutionality is absolutely clear, legislation should not be disturbed.
Sir, your lordship's judgments are to the effect that you must put the statute next to the constitution and find every reason to uphold its validity, and only when that fails, then a statute must be struck down. The leading judgment where in all this case law has been encapsulated, or much of the case, is the case of Imrana Tivana. That's on my list of cases already submitted. The last submission, as I was making, my lord, is that if you allow and accept the submission made today, your lordships will be creating a dual system. Political parties which submit lists and must go through the process of scrutiny, have that list notified, and the priority on that list cannot be changed. Persons who join an